You need to give yourself permission to take up space in this world. We all need to do that. We need to allow ourselves to take up space, to spread our wings and, you know, don't let others crowd into us and get too close where they squash us and take up our space that is our space and that we need in order to spread the wings. You have to have a certain amount of space for yourself, and if you allow others to take up that space, then there's nothing left for you. Your energy cannot expand. You need to allow yourself to expand and to evolve. And those who excuse me, would say that, oh, that's new age concepts, or new age ideas and whatever, they can think what they want to think, but the reality is, whether or not it is what they think it is, it doesn't matter what you label it. This is the evolution of humanity, and if those who don't get on board are going to get left behind, okay? And they're going to have a lot of laundry to do. And that's a reference to the movie Left Behind, which was about the rapture. And yeah, that it was kind of funny to me, because whenever the people would like suddenly disappear because they got taken to heaven or whatever, the only thing left behind was like their clothing, and so the whole world was just covered with a bunch of laundry that needed to be done. I just thought that was so funny. But anyway, so it's a laundry apocalypse. So if you don't like doing laundry, get on board the evolution train, guys. Come on. Like, we're meant to expand and to evolve, and we're not meant to stay the same in old, I hate to say this, but in old man thinking. We are not meant to stay in the old man thinking. And I heard that recently, and I'm sorry if that offends anybody. Not my intent, but yes, take up space, be yourself, spread your wings. After you cocoon for a while and figure out who you are, and without all the restrictions, and without, when you completely dissolve yourself and restructure yourself in the way that you're meant to be, when you come out of that cocoon, which is not an easy thing to do, the transformation is hard, but when you come out of that cocoon, and you spread your wings for the first time, and you have to flap them, and it takes a lot of energy, and it's something you haven't done before. You need to rest after that for a while and regather your strength. And you need to wait for the wings to solidify and to become, hardened, so that you can take that first flight into the rest of your life. And but before you can even do that, you have to decide where it is that you want to fly. What is your soul's GPS, inside you, telling you where you need to go. And even before you decide where you're going, you need to put on a protective coating around you. You need to protect those new wings. You need to protect them, protect your energy, because there's a lot of energy vampires out there. There's a lot of people that they see a beautiful butterfly wing and they want to touch it. They want to get close to it. They want to touch it. They want to capture it because it's so pretty and like so it's just something that is mysterious to them, and they feel like they have to do something. They have to, I don't know. You gotta protect your energy. You have to protect everything that you've just created for yourself. Coming back into your power. You have to protect that so that people don't don't come in and rub your wings and put you back into a place where you can't fly. You can't soar and be who you're meant to be. Protect yourself. Doesn't mean that you have to not let them see your beauty and not let them experience you in some way, but you have to protect your energy because, like I said, there's energy vampires out there that, people who latch on to other people's energy and they drain you and they don't find their own source of energy because they're constantly feeding on other people's energy. And so you need to protect yours. When you find that, when you pull in your power back into yourself and stop giving it away to everyone else and letting them suck the energy out of you and let them suck the power out of you, then you need to protect it when it comes back to you. Protect it and replenish it. That's why you need rest. And even after when you've rested after and you're ready to take that first flight, even after that first flight, and maybe even during that first flight, you're going to need to land safely somewhere and pull inward, recenter yourself, power up again, replenish your energy and your power, and so that you can continue on. And that's how we have to survive. But figuring out how to protect ourselves in our power after we establish it, and after we pull it all back into ourselves, there's got to be some way. And that reminds me of boundaries. You have to set some boundaries, and there's probably many ways to do that. And that is one thing that I've learned that recently I have discovered. Like I've known that it's a necessity to set boundaries, but like that we need them. But I've had 53 years of my life with very few boundaries because of the way that I've been brought up in a Christian background, which I'm not knocking. I think it's really good. But what it didn't teach me was to set boundaries. I did not learn how to do that. The few boundaries that I did set came from me intrinsically, I was like I totally had a boundary for don't touch me, in places that I don't want to be touched. If you do, then you're going to end up in the hospital. That's happened a couple times, where people have done something to me that they ended up in the hospital for it. So I definitely had those kind of boundaries, but the one that I probably needed the most, which was an energy boundary from people sucking my energy out of me literally feeding off of my good intentions and my my desire to love and serve other people, and being taken advantage of, whether or not that they intended to do that. Some people don't even know that they're energy vampires. They're just, and I don't want to judge them. I'm just saying that they're just not conscious of it. And so we do need to protect ourselves. I need to figure out what that looks like for me. How can I put some sort of shield around me, not to keep people out, but to keep my energy from being sucked out of me, because if I don't have the energy I need, then I can't fly. I can't be me in the way that I want to be me. So I had an idea of maybe one little exercise I could do to kind of establish some boundaries. I was thinking of drawing on a big piece of paper, drawing a butterfly, and then in the wings, maybe separating out some of, like sections of the wings, like, how butterflies have different colors on their wings and stuff, and maybe sectioning off some of those, and then labeling each section a different kind of, like what it is in my energy that I'm trying to protect. What is it that I am trying to protect? Like really getting clear on that, and then, maybe coloring it in and thinking about it, and just kind of as a starting point, because I really don't know yet what my boundaries need to be. I have to figure that out. So I need to figure that out before I start to step back into the world. Because even just from the little experience I had the other day of getting out of the house, going for a drive, and then also like documenting that on my YouTube channel, and then people seeing the video, and then people contacting me, already I have been feeling a little bit of that. Okay, my energy is going out of me, and people are well intended, and they're excited, and they just want to connect with you. But if you're not ready for other people to connect in the way that or if you're not even wanting to connect with people in the way that they want to connect with you, then you need to have a boundary so that they don't dip their little straw into your cup of water, and drink all your water. That little story with that. My mom told a story when she was growing up. She had a sister and a brother, but her sister was like just I don't know, a few years older than her. But they'd get a soda, and they would share a soda, and they'd have a straw, and they would take turns drinking the soda. And my mom would say, oh my gosh, she would say, "Mine is on the bottom and I'm going first." she would just drink and drink and drink and drink until it was almost gone. And her sister didn't get hardly any. That's what I'm saying. Don't let people put their straws in and suck up all of your energy. Protect yourself. Figure out how you can do that. I think there's many different ways, and I'm going to be exploring those because I really feel the need to, protect the wings that I just grew. I just grew into a butterfly, and like, don't take my wings off before I even get to fly. Come on, guys. Anyway, I don't know if anyone else is feeling this way, if you feel like you've been cocooning and transforming into a butterfly and like you're just getting out of that cocoon and ready to like take off into the next part of your life. If you're feeling that way, but you're also feeling the resistance from others around you, that it's kind of a natural thing where whether they cognitively are aware or not, sometimes people feel threatened by other people's personal power, and unfortunately they may unintentionally like touch your butterfly wings when they're still fragile, or even when the butterflies have like powdery fairy dust, right? Maybe they would touch your wings and take the fairy dust, take the magic off of your wings, so that now it's hard for you to fly, and then it takes some of that power away from you again, which you just pulled back into yourself. So find a way to protect yourself. Another way to look at it is like you've been drowning and drowning and drowning for so long, and trying to keep your head above water, and then you finally get your head above water and get a really nice big breath of air, and you're like, oh, I think I'm gonna be okay. And then somebody comes next to you and like uses you to push themselves above the water because they feel maybe like they're drowning too, and so then they come and they push you down again so that they can lift themselves up out of the drowning, out of the depths of their drowning. And a lot of people do literally drown that way, because it self-preservation. But what people need to figure out is how they can stop using other people's energy and get their own source of energy. There's an abundance of energy in this universe. You do not need to borrow or take energy from someone else. Take it from the source. Do not take energy. Do not take what is not yours in the moment. And that energy is always expanding and growing and moving and transmuting and flowing in and out of us if we let it. But so we don't own it, but we do in a sense own it while it's in our field, while it's here with us. It is ours to protect and to enjoy and to take care of, take care of that energy. And so yes, the energy, the source of energy is endless, eternal source of energy, and you do not need to take from others. Don't take their life force energy from them. And if you don't know if you're doing that, I would suggest that you take the time to sit in silence with yourself, go inward, do some sort of quiet, reflective type looking at yourself, like if you believe in praying, then do that. Or do any other thing that will help you to go inward and to reflect and like really ask the difficult questions and ask to be shown where it is that you need to change and become aware, so that you're not draining other people's energy, and so that you are also tapping into the source of energy, so that you can get an unlimited supply and not keep stealing from other people's energies. So I hope this makes sense. I hope it's not offensive to anyone. That's not my intent. Yeah. And if you're not on board and you don't want to change, just realize that in some way, I'm going to be very honest with you, in some way, you are going to get left behind, because this is going to happen. We are evolving as a people, and if you're not on board with that, prepare to get left behind. And I'm not afraid to say that. You have a buttload of laundry to do. Have fun doing the laundry. Okay, bye.